This is a result when you cook venison perfectly. If you don't know how to grill Bambi's mum, now that should be illegal. Today we're going to grill some venison backstrap on the Weber kettle. Cooking time for this recipe will be 35 minutes. Or for those of you who follow my beer timer, you're looking at a 2-beer cook. Cheers! If you hear me say the word deer during this video, I'm talking about the meat, you big flirt. My mate Trev, or you may know him from my earlier videos as Lawnmower Man number 1, he rang me yesterday saying his workmate Pilly had some venison backstrap. And did I want to grill it up? I said no, but he dropped it off anyway. So I guess we're grilling up some venison backstrap. Now I was told Pilly trimmed this up, but I can see it just needs a little bit of cleaning up. So glove up. We just need to select a sharp knife. Now Pilly's done a pretty good job, but I'm going to be a little bit picky, and there's just a couple of little bits of silver skin that he has left, and that won't render out, so we may as well get rid of it, and a few of these little dags as well. All you have to do is get a sharp knife, slide it under, slightly angle it up the blade, and you'll only take off what you want, which is that silver skin. And again, as I said, any little dags, they will burn up during the cook. So I'm just going to clean this up, removing these last little shreds of silver skin. And that's it. I'm not going to go too crazy on it. Pilly did an all right job in trimming that up anyway. Now this piece of venison backstrap is quite long and it weighs in at 1.2 kilograms. So we're going to cut it in half and separate it into 2 pieces. Venison is one of the world's most popular consumed meats, closely behind chicken nuggets. Venison has a very gamey taste to it. Now, that might sound a little bit off-putting to anyone that's never tried it. It's just a very earthy sort of flavour. And just different to meats that you've eaten before, like beef, pork and chicken, that you're used to eating quite regularly. With that being said, I do like to keep the seasoning for venison very simple. Firstly, I just like to pat it dry with some paper towel and then place it into a tray. Obviously do both pieces of venison. Then I'll hit the backstrap with some extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to massage it in thoroughly just to relax the muscle. Then I'll hit it with a combo of Nature's MSG, that being salt flakes, and topped off with some lemon pepper. Flip them over and treat the other side to some as well. Salt and lemon pepper. Don't forget to dunk the ends in the loose stuff on the tray. Both pieces. Everyone deserves some loving today. Now citrus, or the lemon pepper, is a great flavour to use with game meat like venison or lamb. You don't need that anymore. Now, I'm going to go against everything you've ever heard about getting your meat out of the fridge an hour before you need to cook it. I do not want this meat warming up before I put it on the grill because it is a very lean cut of meat. It cooks very fast and it is very unforgiving if you overcook it. So I'll pop it back in the fridge until I'm ready to cook it. When grilling venison, we want to create that bark or that crust on the outside without overcooking the center part of the meat. So by keeping it cool, this helps us achieve that perfect doneness level that we're trying to get. Today, I'm using a 57cm Weber kettle and I'm pairing it up with 2 charcoal baskets and some Heat Beads coconut briquettes because I want to be setting up a dual zone cooking system with a high heat area for searing and then a cooler zone for bringing the meat up to temp. How I'll do that is by placing the charcoal baskets to one side of the charcoal grate and keeping them together. I'll then fill the chimney starter up with unlit briquettes. I'll light them up. Once they're fully ashed over, I'll dump them into those charcoal baskets. Don't forget to put your grill in carefully. I'm going to leave the lid off for this part of the cook because I want as much oxygen getting to this fuel as possible. Make sure the bowl vent is wide open as well, and we're going to give that grill 10 minutes to warm up. Coconut briquettes burn hotter than regular briquettes. That's why they are perfect for searing meat. The grill's had 10 minutes to warm up, so I've grabbed the venison backstrap out of the fridge, and it is currently reading 6.8 degrees Celsius internally, which I checked with an instant read thermometer. We can now place the backstrap directly over that lit fuel, and we're going to let them sear away for 2 minutes. And it's time to flip them over. Oh, we're already getting some great colour on them. And internally, we're at, when it settles, 11.1. That's 2 minutes on that side, so we can flip them again. The internal temp's up to 25.4. And now we're just going to keep flipping them every minute until we're happy with that crust. That's 6 minutes of searing. We're now going to move these over to the cooler part of the grill. And internally we're sitting at 26.8 and 17.2 on that one. Now for this part of the cook, we want to put the lid back on, but we need to keep checking that internal temp. So we can either keep lifting it using our instant read thermometer, or into the largest end, we can insert an internal meat probe into both pieces of meat because they're slightly different sizes and at slightly different temps. Once you've stuck your probe in, you can put your lid on, making sure the lid's on properly. The lid vent is wide open and is directly over our meat, and that's going to draw the heat over and around our food. And we're aiming for an internal temp of 51 degrees Celsius so we can remove it from the grill. 51 degrees Celsius is not our target temp. By taking it off the grill and resting it, we will get that carry over temp, which will take it to our 54 degrees Celsius target of a perfect medium rare doneness. One piece of our venison backstrap has reached our target temp of 51 degrees Celsius, so we can remove it from the grill. And it's no surprise it's the smaller piece that's hit temp first, so we'll just remove the probe, we'll place that on some flexible metal and cover it loosely and let it rest. And we'll place the lid back on and wait for the other piece to get to temp. And 4 minutes later, our bigger piece is ready to come off the grill. Covering that again with flexible metal. And I'm going to let these pieces rest respectively when they came off. I've kept the time of that for 6 minutes. By keeping a close eye on the internal temp, this very lean deer meat won't dry out and it will stay moist, smut. Whatever. Why rest for 6 minutes? Because these two pieces of meat now weigh 600 grams each, and it is recommended that you rest your meat for 1 minute for every 100 grams. Resting time is over, slicing time is upon us. I'm going to slice this venison backstrap across the grain right through that center. And look at that, perfectly cooked. And now I'll just finish it up by slicing it around 15 millimeters thick. It smells incredible. Don't wait, serve this up immediately.